Hello, Graham Howarth from PageBuilderInMinutes.com here. In this video we're going to look at setting up automations on Email Octopus. An automation then will enable us to send our welcome email to our new subscribers. I'm going to be building on videos that we've done before, so if you haven't seen those previous videos, then I'll leave the links below and you can go to those and then come back here. Okay, so to create an automation we go to this section of Email Octopus here, click on there, and it will show us the automations that already exist. But what we're going to do is create a new one from scratch. So if we click the Create button here, this will enable us to do two things. First of all, we can give it a title, and then we can assign the list that the automation is linked to. So if I click on the little pencil there, we'll give this, I'll just call it Time Management Welcome. And that's our automation, and we're going to ascribe it to the general list, which is the same one we used for our landing page. So that section is quite simple to do. This is all for internal use, so it doesn't really matter what you put in here, whatever is meaningful for you. Okay, if we save that first page, it will now take us to the next step, which is identifying the trigger for this particular automation. In other words, that's the action that's going to cause this automation to come into effect and send your emails, and you can do other actions as well. There are a lot of options you can use here, but we're going to keep it simple and just say that when the contact is added to our list, when someone has entered their email details in your landing page, then that is the trigger that we're going to use. So we'll just save and close that. Now we'll look at putting other steps into our automation, and you do that by selecting the plus sign here. And when we do that, it will come up with 4 different options at the moment. Now Email Octopus are making changes to their systems all the time, so when you come to look at this there may be more options, but for the moment this is what we have. And we're going to use these two here. We're going to put a slight delay into sending the emails, then we're actually going to send the welcome email. The condition and the action one I'm not going to look at in this particular video. I'll cover those in another video. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is put this slight delay in from the time that they enter the details in the landing page to actually sending the email. So if we click on this button here, it will put another step into the automation which defaults to 3 hours. Now using these buttons over here, we can either edit the step, copy the step, or remove the step. Copy is useful if you want to have a weight, a common weight within your automation. But in this one we're going to edit the steps, so I can either click here or I can just click on the box. Now as a default it comes up with 3 hours, so we can change the hours to minutes or days, you know, depending on how your automations are working. But this is quite a simple one just for the welcome email, so we're just going to leave that as minutes. I'm going to put minutes there, and I'm going to change this to 15 minutes, so we'll have a slight delay of 15 minutes, oops, 315, 15 minutes before the email is sent. So if I save that, we've now got the wait in there for 15 minutes. Okay, what we'll do next is click on that plus again, and this time we'll click on the button that says send email. Now again it's just saying send email there, so we've got the same options. We can edit, copy or remove. So we'll click on the box and it will go into the email heading information. So first of all, we can give it a title. So we'll just put here welcome email, and I'll just put TM, so remind me this is purely used internally. It's not used for your customers, your subscribers, so we can put whatever you want there. The sending information, I'll put my name in there, and we'll put the email address as graham@pagebuilderinminutes.com. So obviously you will put your name and your email address that you want to see on that particular email. We can then put in a subject. So we can put in here confirmation, your copy of the 4 P's of the 4 instead of a $sign, 4 P's of time management in there. Okay, now there are a couple of other things we can do in this subject header, and the first thing we can do is add in an emoji here. So if I put the cursor right at the end of that, then what we'll do is add a nice smiley face in. There are lots of different emojis here, but that's quite a nice smile. So if we put that one in, then we've got that nice smiley face at the end. Now the other thing, I'm going to go to the front here, and with this tag here, when we look at those, you've got a number of different tags you can add in. For example, as the unique ID that belongs to that subscriber, but that's very specific, so we won't be using that one. What we're going to do is use the tag of the first name. So if I go to the front of this sentence here, and I'll put hi, if I put hi, and then go to the merge tags and use first name. These are standard field names that are contained within the Email Octopus system, and that means that where you've collected the first name on your lead magnet form, then you can use that text field within your emails to personalize it a little bit more. So what we've got now is that when this email goes out, it will say, hi Graham, hi John, hi Shirley, here's your copy of time management with a smiley face. So we'll just change that slightly. So we'll say your copy of the 4 P's of time management is here, just so it makes a little bit more sense. Yeah, with the smiley face, and that's our subject line now, looking much more personalized. The next thing we're going to do is look here at the preview text. Now this preview text comes in, and I've already created some. This comes in after the subject line but before the body of the email text, and the idea of this is to really try and encourage your subscriber to open that email, because it's a fact of life that you can send out lots of emails and not all of them are going to get opened. So the more you can do to get your subscriber to open the email, the better. So we're just going to put that preview text in there, and then at that stage we've got all of the header details created. So that the next step is to select a template that we're going to use for the email. So if I click here, it will take us to the template pages. You've got all the standard templates that you have within Email Octopus, but we've also got our own templates as well in this bit here. So if we look at this now, we'll pick up the one that we used earlier, the welcome email template. So if I select that, then you'll see there's our template with all the prompts within it that we set up earlier. So I'm just going to save and close at that stage, and we've now got that email to the point where we have an email with a template. Okay, so we'll leave that there, and then in the next video I'm going to look at how we can populate the email that we have now with the template in there. So we'll just save and close that again, and we'll look at that in the next video. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please like below, and then if you want to see more videos, subscribe to my channel. Thank you.